Here again. Shrewd news and
Live.
reviews. It's about wealth, health, and understanding the self, Bob. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I can't disagree with that.
So, just to frame it a little bit, I'm gonna let you take it away with this breaking news about Kanye. But I think the focus today should be Kanye's antics, the backlash, and how he's managing to keep supporters in this. Because I don't know if you're
How he
experiencing this, but
managing to keep his supporters in this? Like,
I
what do you
don't
mean?
know
Like,
how. I mean, like, I don't even know how. This is what I mean like, by that. I don't understand how a nigga is able to wear a White Lives Matter shirt. The same dude who said slavery was a choice. Same dude standing by Candace Owens and Donald Trump. He's still able to convince niggas that he's pro-black.
yeah,
Like
but hold
they're
on. But if a white dude wore a Black Lives Matter shirt, I get what you're saying. But I don't. Why
no,
would it have?
finish what you were saying. If a white dude wears a Black Lives Matter shirt, what?
So why should why would somebody have to compare him? That was the first thing you brought up, was that a nigga wearing a White Lives Matter shirt.
Oh, I brought that up because White Lives Matter is a slogan used by hate groups. That's why
Oh
I brought it up. Are you aware of that?
no, I wasn't aware that they used that
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
group.
Well, that's why it's good to have these conversations. So that's why it was a little bit crazy to me that people are still convinced that he's doing this for us. But I'll let you take it away. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not as like racist as he seems to me. Why don't you read the article about him wanting to name his album after Hitler, and maybe we could come to a different, you know, a different conclusion.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is just breaking news that we
Okay.
get, and we want to make sure we, you know, understand exactly what happened in this
Mhm.
article. And they're saying that Kanye West wanted to name one of his albums Hitler. So I'm gonna read exactly what CNN said. It said several people who were once close to the artist formerly known as Kanye West told CNN that he has a long been fascinated by Adolf Hitler and once wanted to name an album after the Nazi leader.
Mhm.
So it says several people who were once close to the artist. A business executive who worked for West, who now goes by the name of Ye, told CNN that the artist created a hostile work environment in part through his obsession with Hitler. He would praise Hitler by saying how incredible it was that he was able to accumulate so much power, and would talk about all the great things he and Nazi Party achieved for the German people.
I want to stop you there for a second, Bob.
Yeah.
I definitely want you to continue the article, but I think it's important to draw a line like of similarities between him and Trump. It wasn't that long ago that we covered that story where Trump was right behind a woman that was repeating a Hitler quote, kind of like praising Hitler.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's not a big coincidence that Kanye is standing with Trump. He's standing next to Candace Owens. So this is more of that hateful type of rhetoric stuff that we've come to expect from him at this point. But I'll let you continue.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm.
The executive left his position and reached a settlement with West and some of his companies over workplace compliance, including harassment, which CNN has reviewed. The former executive acts not to be named due to a confidentiality agreement in fear of retribution by West. According to the agreement, West denied the executive's allegations. So
That's
the
important to state. Kanye is saying that this never happened, and I'm inclined to. I don't know. I kind of want somebody to corroborate that story because it says here that the executive told CNN that West spoke openly about reading Mein Kampf, Hitler's 1925 autobiographical manifesto. I just can't see Kanye sitting down and reading nothing. I mean, this is a dude who admits he said reading is like
I'm
Brussels
just so
sprouts.
glad you brought that up, because he did say reading he didn't do. And
He ain't finna do a whole lot of reading. He might have got the cliff notes on that or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he got some excerpts, but I don't know about Kanye sitting down and reading that book cover to cover. But I have heard a lot of kind of like neo-Nazi types, like neo-fascist types, extreme conservative types bringing up Hitler like recently. There's a there's that radical part of the right wing like Marjorie Taylor Greene, people like that just peddle conspiracy theories, and yeah, they're always echoing the words of I even saw somebody at a student like a school board meeting
Yeah.
quoting Hitler and talking about that kind of stuff. So this is something that I've seen on the right wing a lot, like Republicans, like
Right.
more of the extreme conservative type
So,
Republicans.
do you believe that? I mean, we didn't read the article in its entirety. Now, I suggest if you guys do, check out this
Yeah,
article in its
we
entirety
always
before you.
we just getting this. This is new, so
Yeah,
we
it's
gonna
kind of
see how
new,
this plays
and
out.
I don't want to hold y'all up too long because we got a couple topics that we want to
Other
cover.
points to get to. Yeah, you right about that. Let me
So, I
go ahead.
wanted to ask you a question about
Go ahead.
this.
Go ahead.
Um, about this news. Could this be news to perpetuate the situation that's going on, or do you really think Kanye probably wanted to name his album after Hitler?
I don't think it's that hard to believe. Now, the thing, let me tell you, let me just, this is just a claim from somebody, right? The reason why I think that there might be some weight to it, only because, like, I'll say it like this: CNN, they have to, or more times than not, I'll say, they adhere to certain journalistic standards.
Right.
So when they say that they have a source, usually a journalist that's worth a damn is going to make sure that that source has receipts. So it holds weight the fact that it's being covered by publications that I find to be for the most part credible. The only part that didn't really pass the smell test to me is Kanye saying that he read a book, but I think it's possible that Kanye could have lied and said he read the book and he maybe skimmed through it, but he was telling people that he read it. I don't think that's hard to believe. And about the album being named after Hitler, I want to remind you that Griselda, there's a member of the Griselda music collective. I think his name is West Side Gun. He has a mixtape series called Hitler Wears Hermeds. Hitler Wears Hermeds. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, this has been going on for years. He got a little bit of backlash from that, but yeah, that's my take on it. I crazy stranger things have happened, so it's not that
Right.
hard for me to believe this story.
Right.
How about you? You believe in
For
it? You
me,
buying it?
I think it sounds like something that somebody can score some points with, get some new, get some good ratings off of. I mean, looking at it as a marketing business standpoint, it looks very because you bringing back a powerful name, and you attaching it to Kanye West, and it's like, yeah, it's a story that's like it could be a big story,
Well, I think
Mhm.
Kanye has attached himself to this story. A lot of the anti-Semitic rhetoric that we've heard from Kanye recently is reminiscent of stuff that Hitler used to say. This is stuff that I've read
Yeah,
before.
but we
So
can't compare what he's saying to actually what Hitler has been doing, and but
I didn't make that comparison. I'm
yeah,
making a comparison about what he's saying and what Hitler said. That's it.
yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying as far as he said this, and they're comparing him to Hitler, and now trying to put
No,
that.
they're saying that he admired Hitler. Where did you see like a comparison to what he's doing and what Hitler did in the article? I didn't read
No,
that.
no, I ain't. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that just the fact of bringing that up during this situation is just bringing more pain to it. I think, and it's a good marketing tool for me looking at it on the business side too. If it was to bring more pain to it, but at this point, that's what I see the article as: is bringing more pain to the situation to bring up Hitler name and not bringing up Kanye's name. It's very juicy. I'll say that.
Yeah, we could agree on the juicy part. I mean, articles, people write articles that they think are newsworthy. I think this is newsworthy. I mean, that's what newspapers do. So yeah, they're always going to do that. Write articles that they think people want to read.
Yeah, I don't think it's I think it's something better they could have covered. That's all I feel. I don't feel like it's a
Fair
damn.
enough. Do you do? Are you going to continue to wear Yeezys after all of this? I almost
Man, I
said
sold
Weezy.
my Yeezys before this even happened. I wish I didn't know, but would I continue to wear Yeezys? I mean, I wasn't really. I just bought them because it was like everybody, it was like a new shoe. Everybody said it felt light. I bought them, spent my little 400-500, but I
You
sold.
spent 400-500.
Yeah, I think I spent like 499.
Oh, now I'm starting to understand why. You know, you may not. It seemed like you don't really believe the article. It seemed like, you know what I'm saying, maybe you got some kind of allegiance with Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? You
I
willing you
I
willing to
did.
spend 400-500.
I mean, I wanted to check out the shoe. I mean, I wanted to see how it felt, and my boy was selling shoes too, so I could say I was more. I was sold as well. Like a salesman definitely sold me. But
Fair
yeah,
enough. Would you say that you're standing with Yeezy or standing with Ye? I'm seeing a lot of that on my timeline. Are you standing with him?
like I feel like I ain't standing. Like I mean, you can't say I can't sit here and tell you, hey man, I'm standing with Yeezy. But I mean, I don't like to see none of my brothers or people fall. Or, I don't want to just I would hope he get his stuff back together and get everything back to going. If that's what calls standing with him, then yeah. But I'm not. I ain't a big. I'm standing with Ye on all of these comments he making, but
I get it because Ye's black and you're black. You see him as a brother and you want to stand with him, right?
I ain't. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I don't want to see him fall. I don't want to see nobody just fall. I mean, lose money, but I don't. I mean, but that's a decision he made. But hopefully, he can get his career back going. He can get his life together. I don't want to see. I'm not gonna be the one that's sitting here with thinking that I ain't standing with him and he could just ride. I mean, nah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a brother, and I wish he get his stuff back together
And
and get
y'all could
back
be
on
brothers
artists.
all you want. I don't subscribe to that way of thinking. Like everybody's my brother just because they black. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that at all. I'm a heavy advocate of all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
No, don't say yeah. Don't say yeah because you
That's
said
true,
something
but
totally different.
at
Just
the end
there.
of the day, I still gonna be positive about
You
anybody that.
standing with Candace Owens too? She black.
No, I don't stand. Now I don't stand with.
Nah, you confusing me because you say you want to stand with them because y'all both black and y'all brothers.
I didn't say
Candace
that.
Owens
I
ain't your
said I
sister.
wish. Listen, I said I wish Kanye the best. He get
It
everything
is
together.
Candace Owens your sister. I just want to know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you tough, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. I got another question. Hey, do you think like Kanye saying all of this stuff could have been part of a smarter plan to like get out of his business contracts without, you know what I'm saying, without getting fines and stuff, and maybe he's playing 5D chess. Do you think there's any truth to that?
I mean, it would be a great story if it was, but I mean, if I would have to answer that today, I would say I don't think so. But I mean, I did watch a video where you sent me where he was like, he getting ready. He talked to Tupac, and Tupac told him that you got to get your money ready before you go to war. That's the only time when
Kanye said he talked to Tupac or he
yeah,
heard
he said
Tupac there.
Tupac told him that you got to get your money up before you go to war. But
Okay, so the way to get his money up was to fuck up 2 billion in one day. That's how you get ready for war.
right, I'm just saying from out of Kanye's mouth, from him. Once I heard that, I can see how somebody would kind of come together and say this. But nah, I
Mhm.
don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm glad we could agree on that. I've heard some people echo
I mean,
that
you got to be
sentiment.
glad that we can agree on it. I mean, but go ahead.
I should be glad. What? I ain't hear
I say,
that.
I mean, whatever, however you agree, I mean, that's how you feel. But if you're glad about it, that's good. That's a good feeling. If you,
Yeah, I'm glad we could agree on that. I don't think anybody should. I don't know. I just don't think that's a smart way to look at it. I mean, we don't know 100%, but this does not seem like a savvy business move to me at all. And could we move that off the screen for a second? I
Yeah.
want to share something out. I ain't saying it like I ain't saying it like that. You feel me? I'm just saying I want to share something too.
Yeah.
This is kind of like where I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to be open to having my mind changed. Niggas was like, yo, this was a smart business move. Don't you see what he did? Now he's free. Right? So I say, all right, there might be some truth to that. I don't know what's in Kanye's head. Maybe he'll land on his feet. I mean, it don't look like that now, but maybe niggas know something I don't know, right? And I'm gonna tell you at the point. I'm gonna tell you the point where I lost it. Hold on, did I got the hold it down, Bob? Let me pull this thing up. I
Okay.
got so many I
Well,
got so many. Hold on. Go ahead, Bob.
I mean, we watched that video today where I told you how some people supporting him, saying that they'll buy some new Yeezys when he come out. So
Oh yeah, there's definitely gonna be some people that's
his
gonna
net
buy this.
worth lost 2 billion. But do you
Oh,
think?
let me say this, not to cut you off. I mean, I apologize for cutting you off.
Oh,
Is a
go ahead.
better way to state it. But remember when I asked you, are you going to continue to wear Yeezys? I keep
Yeah.
wanting to say Yeezys. Ask me if I'm going to continue to buy Yeezys or wear Yeezys.
Are you gonna continue to buy Yeezys? I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
have
consider.
none now, but I would wear some. You know, as what we know about Adidas, they said they're going to continue to own the designs and they're going to release shoes maybe under a different name as rumored. I don't have a problem buying them if I think that they look good. I don't even have to feel guilty about it either because I don't think Kanye is going to make money off of them anymore. So I don't think I would be doing anything, to help a cause or anything or to make a statement by even to stop wearing them. You get it?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, this is the point where I lost faith in that whole idea. If there was any speck of belief that this was a savvy business move, it all just evaporated when I saw that Skechers said that Ye was escorted out of its offices after an unannounced visit. Pardon me. I'll read a little bit here, but by now I think everybody has probably read a little bit about this if you're paying attention to the timeline. But without further ado, the month of October for the rapper formerly known as Kanye West became more turbulent on Wednesday when shoe company Skechers said he was escorted out of its Los Angeles area office after showing up unannounced. The Grammy winner, who is now known as Ye, showed up at the shoemaker's Manhattan Beach offices without invitation, the company said. Considering Ye was engaged in unauthorized filming, two Skechers executives escorted him and his party from the building after a brief conversation. Why I feel like that might have got a little bit physical. You know what I'm saying? That seemed like the nice way to say it. I'm just speculating. We don't have no proof of that, but you know, they escorted him and his party out the building. That might have got a little bit touchy, but let me keep on going. Let's stick to the facts. It's not clear why Ye made a visit to the shoe company, but it was the latest in a string of episodes after the artist made several anti Semitic remarks on Tuesday. Adidas, his longtime distributor of Yeezy sneaker and its apparel brand, said Tuesday it is cutting ties with him because of his statements. Now, I want to ask you, Bob, just because we bouncing ideas.
Yeah.
If all of this was to get free from these companies that are oppressing you, you claim that a particular group of people are all in concert, trying to drag you down. Why would he go to a company that's owned by a Jewish family and try to like get down with them?
Oh, they're owned by a Jewish family.
That's what they're saying. So yeah, like all of this like stuff where he don't like Jewish people, I think is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I'm just against racism. But a part of me would have respected it a little bit more if he was standing on business. You know what I'm saying? You want to hold this position about a group of people that you don't mess with, they're all against you, don't agree with you, but it looks very hypocritical and wishy-washy that you gonna go and try to get down with another company with these same people after you done said all of that. And it don't seem smart. So with all of that being said, do you think that this could be part of the grand plan too, or what?
No, I mean, I don't think this could be a part of the grand plan, but I don't. Hey, if they saying he did that, that seems a little bit like he's reaching when he said he got about 140 million in the account.
I
So
did hear him say that. It's funny that he said that he got 140 million in his account after that interview that you sent me after Drink Champs. Remember, he was talking about he's an 11 billionaire. That's a wide gap.
yeah, because you can have assets. You know, I think he had some cows and he had a lot of cattle. He had a lot of other stuff. I remember he had a deposition reading his assets for his court, something he had in court, and they had to read off what he owed.
His assets.
All his assets. And it added up to some billions, you know.
That's lit. That's lit. Well, I told you the last episode that we had on this subject. I'm almost Kanye'd out at this point, but that boy is dominating the news cycle, so we got to speak on him. But as I said the last time, we can't really go by what these entertainers be saying they make, like, you know, so we can't go by what they say. I don't think we could go by Forbes either. I think we're all kind of just estimating at this point. But that kind of shook Kanye's credibility to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the one saying that he got all this bread. I ain't saying that the 11 billion is supposed to be on his account, but the way that he moving now, it don't feel like he moving like an 11 billionaire. I would think somebody who's talking that much about being independent and all that would have just made something of his own. Like, I'm sure that people have started shoe companies with less than 11 billion. No.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. Another thing about Yeezy going to Skechers, I mean, I'll buy a pair of Yeezys if the price was right. I'm talking about significantly discounted. I ain't spending $4-5, maybe $150 or something like that. Maybe I could get the knockoff ones from DH Gate or something like that, because my homeboy got a pair of knockoff Yeezys and I can't tell the difference. They look fly to me. But this is the question I wanted to get to. Would you buy a pair of Skeezys? The Skechers and Kanye collab. You be on that, and they let them in.
If he come out with some shoes, bro, I'm gonna grab them just because I feel like it may be worth something. And you know how people, I mean, they going crazy about the Yeezys right now. Like, if you got Yeezys right now, like the dude I told you that I sent you the video, he said he had over 200 pair of Yeezys that he's trying to sell right now. You know what I mean? That he already had, because he, you know, it's a lot of shoe collectors out here. And that's why I was wishing I would have kept mine, because I feel like the value of it today or tomorrow or a couple weeks is probably going to be a lot more than what I sold it for. So it's people selling, it's people probably selling the Yeezys, you know, because the price probably going up. You can't get these no more. You know,
You know what? You know what? You might want to grab one of those White Lives Matter shirts too, because they probably going to discontinue those. Who knows how much those could be worth?
Nah, that's
what
different now. You know, I need a White Lives Matter T-shirt.
What's different about that?
What do you mean? What's different about that?
What's different about that?
We talking about the Yeezy shoes with Adidas.
I'm saying it's a power play to get the bread.
Adidas not selling them no more. This is what we're saying.
Listen, they done stopped selling the White Lives Matter shirts too. If you could grab one of those, you might could make $1 or $2. That's all I'm saying.
I don't see the profit in that.
Just look, they discontinued those too. That was something that he brought out at a fashion show. That was a real shirt, bro. We're talking about apparel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing crazy right now.
Right. I think that's crazy. Huh? I think that's crazy. I wouldn't want to. I'm saying the shoes.
Yo. I think it's interesting when we started this conversation. This ain't a gotcha moment or nothing like that, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
When we started this conversation, you didn't really have that much. It didn't feel to me like you had that much of a problem with the White Lives Matter shirt. But now I said it like that. Now after we done talked a little bit, you're like offended like by that. You feel me? Just your reaction was like, what? I would never do that. But at the beginning, you was like, what's the problem with that? Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because
So
I
what
mean,
is it?
it's not me. That's what I'm saying. That's somebody else. I was just explaining about what he did, but
But you wouldn't wear no White Lives
right,
Matter
I
shirt.
wouldn't be on that, but I can't dictate what another man gonna do or what type of
You wouldn't
message
even
he's
do
trying
it
to.
for the money. You wouldn't even do it for the you know what I'm saying, the
Well, it
resale
seems to
value.
me that he did it for a message because as we seen in Drink Champs, he was like, I made a White Lives
Yeah.
Matter. He made it seem like he was doing it for, to be like a
Yeah, we saw how well that worked out.
right.
So that nigga need to get better at messaging. He need. I mean, you would think a nigga who knows so much about ghostwriters would be able to get somebody to kind of handle messaging for him because it ain't working out, bro. He be trying to be deep, and that shit ain't really playing out too good for him.
Right. That's
But
what be messing up.
but listen, speaking of people, Negroes specifically, that I find to be gullible, I want to get into the story of B.O.B. Now, I don't know how many people remember, but B.O.B. pretty much threw away his whole career for saying anti-Semitic stuff too. He actually had a
No.
mix. Yeah, I mean, he's dropping new music, so maybe some people might feel like his career is not thrown away, but I noticed a big difference with his
I
career
never
after
knew
he.
it was an artist that got canceled already for this.
Oh yeah. Not only was he saying anti-Semitic stuff, he had like a mixtape where he was saying a lot of just like conspiracy theory, anti-Semitic type stuff. But now, if you ask him if he's anti-Semitic, he'll say no. He doesn't like carrying that title around. Like Ye was like doubling down on how he felt. Bob kind of moved away from that. But one thing that he has stayed on is the flat Earth theory. So I don't want to fumble too much. Let me go right into the article, right? Because this is news that came out today too. B.O.B. disses flat Earth critics like Bill Nye and tells them to bow to my TED Talk. I guess this is an album where he's pushing back on people having a problem with his beliefs about flat Earth. Let's get into it. B.O.B. is finally responding to the 2016 flat Earth controversy that threw his career out of orbit, and he's still, rather defiantly, dropping a diss-fueled track titled TED Talk. And this is, TMZ is the source of this article, so do whatever you will with that. I don't think they're the most reliable source, but I'll believe them for this one. B.O.B. tells TMZ Hip Hop that the 6+ years since he released his viral song Flatline has rattled his perspective a bit, leading to more confusion. Naturally, we asked if he still believes Earth is flat, and he said, I've heard so many theories at this point from all the people that have come my way. I don't know what to believe anymore. That's wild. Let me just ask you straight up, Bob. Do you think the Earth is flat or round?
I
Wow.
was all under that the earth was round, and I just felt that that's what it is. I never,
Yeah, you never really questioned that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
me neither. Me
hard for me
neither.
to just, pick another side. But I haven't even gotten into even think about somebody's contradicting it. Like I ain't even trying to, it just seems like a battle that I'm not trying to be.
Yeah. I commend you for that. I pretty much am. I'm with you on that. A quote from Bob. He says Neil Tyson said it's old. Neil Tyson said it's an oval. Let's just go with that for now. That's smart. Like I'm happy to see that he's taking this position because we still got people like Kyrie Irving going hard with the whole flat Earth shit. So
yeah, it's hard for you to go hard with something, you know what I mean, like that, and it's
There's no evidence for it. That's why I would
right.
have a problem going hard for it. I like to bend my beliefs to fit the evidence, not bend evidence to fit my beliefs, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
that's what a lot of people
So
do too.
so the new song video mashup finds B.O.B.'s alter ego Bobby Ray giving himself a tongue lashing as they tackle the flat earth fallout, which mirrors the wackiness of a sci-fi thriller with twists and turns. Bobby Ray questions throwing away their career to prove a point and should have left all the conspiracies to YouTuber Eric Dubay, if I'm saying that correctly. Something everyone can probably agree on in hindsight. I'm included in that. I don't think he need to be pushing no more conspiracy theories. Don't think that's the way to go. The track includes B.O.B.'s admission he fumbled the bag, turning down two offers from CBS, one to appear on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert to explain his antics, and another to have his own series. Let B.O.B. tell it the whole plot was created by the media to take him down, calling out Comedy Central and Complex after they allowed scientists Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye to slice and dice him online. That's wild to me. Like these people are scientists, Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they're sharing their opinion, and he thinks it was a conspiracy against him to make him look bad.
Hey man.
Look, he even says NASA started attending his concerts to pass out pamphlets containing accurate information, and he really pissed off the Root when he stated he'd never seen a slave ship in his lifetime. The Root says here that rapper B.O.B. claims slavery never existed because he has never seen a slave ship, which is another, like, if you get into the dark corners of the internet, like these little fringe groups, there are groups who say that, slavery was a hoax. So you got to be careful, man. Like the point of this, me reading this article, I want people to just really understand you got to be critical of the information that you're getting from the any internet, and you got to have some kind of process to determine whether the messages that you're getting from the media in general are true and false, and you need to be rigorous with it. You can't just believe something just because somebody got a YouTube channel, and this coming from a nigga with a YouTube channel. He also still has bitter bars for Charlemagne the God and Lil Duval for their viral reactions to his flat earth comments, and unlike Kanye West, laments being called an anti-Semite after saying he identified with the rants of Holocaust conspiracy theorist David Irving. Bob just that Bob. I know that you might have missed that story, like a lot of people did, but yeah, man, it's a lot of people with these rants, these anti-Semitic rants about stuff on the internet. He's not the only one, man. He's not the only one by far. I've heard this stuff a lot. Like I was even curious why people like. Now I'm not saying that they ever said anti-Semitic stuff, but when Kanye was saying that Black Hebrew Israelite stuff, I was
Yeah.
surprised that people like B.O.B., people like Kendrick Lamar, and people like Kodak Black. I was wondering why they didn't stand up for him, like say that I'm standing with Kanye, because they've kind of said similar things in their day, you know. But before I go on, you have
So,
anything?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
I got a question for you about this, about the situation.
Yeah.
So, if they would have said, let's say they would have talked about, niggas talk about everybody, but let's say they talk about like they were saying, like the Chinese people always in the hood selling us the Chinese food, and they went on an anti-Chinese rant. All right,
Mm-hmm.
you think it's a punishment for that?
Yeah, I think it'll
Think
be
they'll get
similar.
punished?
Yeah, it's just been my experience when you say racist things about any group of people, you're going to receive backlash from that. I don't know what the extent of it is going to be. I guess it depends
Right.
on how much you have to lose. But if you're the type of person that's a public figure and you have sponsorships and stuff like that, it's literally in your contract that you can't do stuff like that. That's why it was so easy for them to drop Kanye from Adidas and keep his designs and everything and just send you on your way. You're not getting anything, no severance package or anything.
Yeah.
And that's because they put it in your contract. Don't say dumb shit. Not in those words, but what he said was dumb. And there's a penalty for that. So I don't think it's no conspiracy. I think that these are just businesses doing what's right for their business. I think it's also appropriate to play a little bit of Neil deGrasse Tyson, kind of like refuting some flat earth stuff real quick. I think he does it in a funny way. And I remember you asked me, like, is there any like people on TV that I think, give accurate information that I kind of admire, because we don't got a lot of celebrities. Remember, I brought up Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
So if B.O.B. is saying that the earth is flat and Neil is saying that it's round, I feel like I'm gonna go with Neil. That's just me. I'll go with a scientist over a rapper, probably 9 times out of 10. But
this Neil right here.
Yeah, he gonna break down some stuff. Let me make sure I got it at the right place.
Neil look like a.
No, that ain't Neil. That ain't you. You don't know what Neil look like?
No.
All right. Well, this will be a good introduction to Neil for you. Here we go.
That's Neil. That's Neil right there.
Yeah, let him get it on. Oh, there you go.
No.
I'm trying to eat my dinner. I got your distress call. Is everything okay?
No, Neil, everything is not okay. This BS about the earth being flat is getting out of control. Can you please help us?
All right, hold my sandwich.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Here, you take that. Here. You want? Oh my God. Okay.
No. All right, listen, B.O.B., once and for all. The earth looks flat because, 1, you're not far enough away at your size. 2, your size isn't large enough relative to Earth to notice any curvature at all. It's a fundamental fact of calculus and non-Euclidean geometry. Small sections of large curved surfaces will always look flat to little creatures that crawl upon it. But this whole thing, it's just a symptom of a larger problem. There's a growing anti-intellectual strain in this country. It may be the beginning of the end of our informed democracy.
Speak on
it. Of course, in a free society, you can and should think whatever you want. If you want to think the world is flat, go right ahead. But if you think the world is flat and you have influence over others, as would successful rappers or even presidential candidates, then being wrong becomes being harmful to the health, the wealth, and the security of our citizenry. Discovery and exploration got us out of the caves, and each generation benefits from what previous generations have learned. Isaac Newton, my man, said, if I have seen farther than others, it's by standing on the shoulders of giants. I get an amen. Woo. So that's right, B.O.B. When you stand on the shoulders of those who came before, you might just see far enough to realize the earth isn't flat.
Yeah. You could go ahead and drop the mic on that, Neil. You know what I'm saying? Bob,
check out old Neil deGrasse.
Bro,
man.
I encourage you to listen to anything that this guy has to say. He has a book that's on my list to read too, where he talks about the cosmos and things of that sort. But he's a brilliant guy, and he's actually giving you fact-based information. It's no feelings involved. It's science. And to quote Neil deGrasse Tyson, the cool thing about science is it's true whether you believe it or not.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
So, I think we said it all.
No, we did it all. Well, I had a question with you back to the Kanye.
We going back to Ye. Let's go ahead. Let's have it out.
Just the final thing with Ye.
Go ahead.
What do you feel is going to be next, like for Ye? Or no, we talked
That's
about.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you get out the question.
Yeah, and we talked about what's a better eloquent way he could have said what he's trying to say without him having to lose 2 billion? What would be a better way? You had said that he could have got this message off without any of the hate. Like he's saying, he didn't really mean to be hateful. He's just trying to speak. But what is a better way you think that he could have said this and it could have been constructive criticism?
That's a good question. You're referencing the conversation that we had before we got on, where people were saying there was some truth in what Kanye was saying. He was explaining how there are people who are profiting from music that could be harmful to another certain group of people. So why is it not hate speech when rappers talk about killing and having sex with other people's wives or each other's wives, as he said, right? But the way Kanye said it was, the Jews are profiting off of the downfall of black people with these lyrics. So, that's the true anti-Semitism. This is the thing. As Lex Friedman pointed out, as countless other people have pointed out in the last week, if you have a problem with individuals, take it up with individuals. You don't need to have a problem with everybody. If certain executives did you wrong in business, call them out. You could say that there are people in the music industry that are profiting off of music that's destructive, harmful. There's nothing wrong with that statement. But the minute you blame a whole group of people and then you try to do an erasure of their history and you try to talk about some revisionist history about, they're not real. I don't even want to say the phrase. I don't want to,
You don't want to get banned. You don't want to get.
I just want to keep confusion down. That's all I want to do. I want to keep confusion down. We already got 2 of our videos pulled because the algorithm can understand that we were just explaining we don't agree with Kanye, and they still thought we were saying something that was not right. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't have to go after a whole group of people. He could have just been like, yo, Leo Cohen did something to me. The people at Adidas are not treating me right. He didn't have to bring up race. He didn't have to bring up religion at all.
Right. That's where I agree with you on that 1,000%.
Another thing, do you think Ye will ever be able to recover from this?
I think
you know what I think.
I think that this, even though what he said, even though that he's going through, we've had so much of in our culture, we had so much of our people fall off and get in there and, coming down. It's not normal seeing, black men, fall off. We see that a lot in our, I guess, because it's marketed to us, but we see this a lot where, with the Bill Cosby's, the R. Kelly's, the entertainers that fall, from that high mountain up there. So I feel like with him being in shoes, and like I heard someone say that, hey man, I like his shoes. They deleted the Adidas app because they feel like they have the only reason why they came to Adidas was because of Ye. So to see the cult following that he has, I do feel like there's hope for him. Yeah, I feel like
yeah. You're right. You're right. I guess he's gonna get support from somewhere. If I was part of Kanye's, like if I was his image consultant, what do they call that? Public relations, whatever that guy. If I was Kanye's publicist, this is what I would advise Kanye to do. We need a heartfelt apology. Not that half-ass apology you've been doing on these goofy-ass podcasts. Not to say they goofy. I ain't going to call their podcast goofy, but his performance on the podcast were goofy, right? We don't want another apology like that. We want a serious, heartfelt apology. Matter of fact, have somebody ghostwrite that too. Have Sahai do it or something. then he needs to fall back on the mental health element of this whole situation. He needs to explain to people, listen, I was off my medication. I was having a manic, I was having a medical event, a manic episode, if you will. And people exploited me, putting a mic in my face. I'm saying crazy things. I don't even remember being at Lex Friedman's studio. I don't even remember being on Drink Champs. I was so messed up at that point. But right now I'm back on my medication. This is after he comes out of rehab, right? Where he issues the apology. And also he needs to fall back. Yeah, he needs to. I'm telling you, this is the whole rebranding process. He goes to rehab, gets back on his medication, comes out, issues the apology, and then he falls back on his Christian faith and says that he's been forgiven by his God and he forgives everybody else. And now he just wants your forgiveness because if you're Christians like him, you kind of have to forgive him. That's the messaging I think he should put out there. You know.
Got you.
Yeah, I think with all of that, he might be able to
do something.
If he stops saying dumb shit and does all of that, I think Kanye could come back. Yeah, I do.
Is it a way you could be a Jew and Christian at the same time?
I don't know. I'll leave that up to the theologians. I'll leave that up to the theologians. I'm not a Jewish
I'm pretty
person or a
sure
Christian.
didn't Kanye say he was a Jew and he believed
yeah, but you know, Kanye, that's part of that.
Yeah,
that's part of the system of bad beliefs that he's entangled in. Like it's a huge web of disinformation that he's been caught in, and that's part of it. So that is an interesting point, though. He's a Christian, but he's also the real Jews. So I can't make sense of it, Bob. You'll have to take that up with the A.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah. So you feel like if he handles it this way, he can get a rebrand?
I think it's possible. I mean, you can't call everything, man. I think people in general are just terrible at predicting the future. I don't think anybody's good at that. So I'm just taking a shot in the dark. But I think there is room for him to redeem himself. And I want to close by saying I wish the best for Kanye. I hope he gets it together. I hope that he educates himself and disabuses himself of these wrong beliefs and goes on to have a fruitful career and take care of those babies.
Yeah, because I respect that you say that because it's a lot of people take this, you know, a lot of people are saying that it's, you know, people look at him falling down, especially if he says
and let me see if I can finish this for you. We shouldn't take pleasure in his misfortune, and we shouldn't want to tear down another black man. I get that. I feel that sentiment. But my whole thing is I don't subscribe to tribalism when I feel like it's bad. Now, I feel like black people need a lot of help in America. I'm all for aligning with other black people and, you know, doing something that's better for the collective good, because I think doing good things for black people does contribute to the greater good of society. But this is what I'm not with. I'm not with standing with somebody just because we both black. You saying some stuff that I don't agree with, that I don't stand with. We can't be brothers if you're going to keep talking like this. If you want to repeat racist, hateful talking points, we're not one in the same. We're not in the same tribe anymore. I'm with people who are like-minded. This whole skin thing don't really hold that much weight to me, because I've seen people that's the same color as me treat me bad too, be hateful, be racist. I don't subscribe to that at all.
Right. That's definitely understandable. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I don't got any more alarming. Well, I got something else for you.
Okay. We have 48 minutes, but take off.
We have 48 minutes.
Take off. I'm with you. I don't got nothing to do right this second.
I want to make it I want to touch. I want to make it touching. Kanye said that he was Jew. He's the, whatever Jew.
Okay. Be careful though.
I'm not getting into that.
Okay.
I'm saying that if your people, you said that, your people need help and things like that, right? That your people need a lot of help in America.
Yeah.
Would you believe that if we were kind of pattern ourselves after the Jewish community?
I don't like to get into stuff like that. I don't think mimicking other races is the answer for black people, and I'm highly skeptical of people who kind of frame the conversation that way. You know,
Gotcha. Yeah.
it's a different situation. It's a different time. We got to do what makes sense for us right now.
Right.
You
And
know?
what would you think that is that makes sense for us right now?
I don't have all the answers, but I think that getting involved in politics is the most important thing. Like involving ourselves in the political process, whether that be voting, maybe you do phone banking, maybe you're knocking on doors, maybe you could just donate money. But all of that kind of stuff is really going to contribute to the greater good of black people. There's a huge push for reparations right now. I never heard Kanye say anything about supporting reparations. We need to support
Yeah.
people who are involved in politics that support reparations. And another thing, while we're on Kanye again, I saw him issue some, they were half-ass apologies, but he gave some apologies to the Jewish people. Have you heard anything about Kanye apologizing to black people? Oh, I didn't think so.
No.
Okay, so that's where I'm at with that. The best thing that we could do is get involved in politics, educate ourselves, because that's what's going to help us all out.
Yeah, but to take to that, man, you know how our people, we do the most. You talking about the people that, we even kill our own people. So it's like for you.
All people kill their own people, man. Like, don't get caught up in that too. You know what I'm saying? They don't never frame it like that if a white person kills another white person. And when you ever seen an anchor get on the news and like, ugh, this white on white violence, it's getting kind of crazy, guys. We got to come together. People kill and have violence against people who are within close proximity to them. If we're all in a impoverished neighborhood with little to no opportunities and our schools is bad, yeah, people gonna get into shit. You know what I'm saying? I knew white people, Spanish people that was in the hood, they'll get into some bullshit too. So I don't really subscribe to that. But I will say this: I'm against initiating force against another person altogether. Let's stop it all. Let's stop it between each other as black people. Let's stop it between each other as people. I don't condone that at all. You know what I'm saying? Of course, self-defense is something else. Self-preservation is key. That's righteous. But yeah, this gratuitous violence, this mindless type of stuff, bigging people up because they're killers and stuff like that. I'm not
Do you
with
get
that.
what I'm
It's
saying?
it's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah.
it's hard. I feel that people are already conditioned not to, like you said. I mean, you say apologize to the black people. I feel like our community is not conditioned to have that much care about their own. You know what I mean?
I just want to be careful with the generalizations because I meet a lot of people, black people, that care about their community, that love
right.
reading books. So when you say, it's not everybody, it's not
I
the
ain't
whole
gonna say
black
it's
community.
everybody. I
You
ain't
know what
gonna
I'm
say it's
saying? But
everybody.
yeah,
But
we're a diverse people. We not a monolith. There's some people that's fighting for the cause, and there's some people that's on the other side. So we need to get real good at separating the two. Who are the
that's
leaders?
exactly
Who's really for us? And we don't need to be lifting up entertainers that say crazy shit out the side of their mouth all the time. These are not the people that we should be looking to
right.
for the
That's
answer.
what they get paid to do. They get paid to say stuff out the side of their mouth, and to the, to be honest,
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But
that's why it's bad to have them in that even kind of position because they get paid to speak and say things on.
exactly, it's dangerous when you're that influential. You have that much money and you're saying the wrong thing. With everything that we got on our plate right now as a community, we don't need this kind of distraction. What if people paid as much attention to politicians as they did celebrities? Just in general. You know what I'm saying? Especially my social circle. I wish my peer group, the people that I know in South Florida, I wish that we were as up to date with politicians as we are with entertainers. We know about what album came out with, who did a song with who got beef with who, myself included. I keep up with all of that stuff. You know I'm a rap nerd.
Mm-hmm.
But I said to myself one day, I'm like, bro, I got to get on these politics just the way I'm getting up on all these celebrity news, because at least if I pick the right legislators or I pick the right politicians, I might be able to wield some influence in the world. I might be able to wield some kind of power and change a situation. You know, these people ain't really fight. Like when people say they're gonna stand with Ye, I heard Yvette Carnell talking about Ye. She said, okay, what is standing with Ye gonna do for you? And I thought that's a good question. Like, what? How is that gonna help you?
That's why I told you. Yeah, it's all about not. We wish him the well, but
Yeah, like, look, if Martin was still around, I'll stand with Martin. I'm like, man, I respect what Martin's trying to do. He's trying to do something for all of us in a real way. What is Ye doing for us as a community? If we're talking about he's our brother, and we're standing up for the collective and all of that, what does he do for Black people as a whole? He wants all of us to gang up and be on his side, right? And help him fight these people that he got a misunderstanding with, signed a bad contract, whatever it was. We supposed to rally with you and fight for you, right? We supposed to be boycotting shit, right? What does he do for Black people? I never seen him support no kind of legislation that was gonna help us. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff.
Though. I mean, so
the wrong type of politics. You got people that's trying to remove regulation for the environment. You got people that's giving tax cuts to the rich. You with people that's peddling dangerous, hurtful, harmful conspiracy theories. So when he gets involved with politics, it's to hurt me. So why would I stand with you when you're actively doing things that is hurting me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Don't get me started on this, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good topic. It's a good.
Yeah. I think
good learning lesson, and
we touched on some good points, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for people to be aware of what's going on. Like
Yeah. So from now on, Shrewd News and Reviews will be your one-stop shop for all Ye news, 24/7, around the clock. Anything happen with Ye, we on it. I'll joke.
Right, yeah,
but we have been doing a lot. See, the audience don't really know.
We can't worry about what we're doing a lot. We just got to give them what is on.
People might be Ye out at this point. Oh, you know what else they're gonna think? They're gonna think we're being controlled. That's why we not standing with Ye. We're scared to lose our bag. They're gonna think. Listen, that's how conspiratorial thinking works. Somebody told me that. I'm arguing with somebody on my Facebook. He was like, "Your job must be watching your Facebook page, and you don't want to say nothing out of line."
Yeah,
I just don't agree with the shit he's saying. I was like, somebody pressuring me to say anything.
Yeah, look.
Right.
I feel like. Wait, what you were just saying about the Ye stuff? I just had a damn.
I'm saying people is probably Ye'd out. We dragging it at this
point.
Yeah.
We dragging it, but what I can say is it's been a lot. Like people want to hear other people's opinion, and it's been a lot of opinions on it. Like I can't say it's Ye'd out because this is what people want to consume, bro. Listen,
I agree.
I got to give the people what they want. I can't just be, you know what I mean? They want to hear an opinion on it. They want to see what the general people think about this situation and these upcoming topics. And
you're right. We are trying to build a community. I think we're at like 17 subscribers right now. I want the people now to help us make it to 100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, look, we building a community right here. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get a community what they want. Speaking to our community, chime in, leave us a comment, like the video, let us know what you want to see more of. If we got something wrong, call us out on it. We really want to engage with our audience and see, which way to go.
Yeah. See if they, don't like some of my points. They like some of my points. Maybe they like your points. We'll see what they got to say. But hey, man, listen, we're gonna close them out. This Shrewd News.
Yeah.
I'm Rod the Water God, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Make sure you got water treatment system in your home, man. And you can contact me if you don't, because we do wholesale operations where we help people make sure their water is safe at their home.
Facts.
So, yeah, this is real. All right, guys, go ahead. Cap, you want to end them out with where they can find you at?
Oh yeah, tap in with your boy. I'm on Facebook, man. JCap Israel. No, I'm Ja Israel on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
Ja Israel on Facebook.
Okay.
And yeah, man, that's where
Real.
we at right now. We need to expand. We keep saying that we need to get on TikTok and stuff like that, man. We need to let people know where to find us. We like the best kept secret right now.
Yeah, I got somebody that's gonna hook up all that, so we'll talk about that. So they can
we're gonna rap about that behind the scenes. Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.